how much did you get paid to be here today?
I got paid from Hashem, a big oil haben.
Please stop lying. Don't lie on TV. It's not good. I think it's a really good idea to have the flags to block the line of sight to the pro-Hamas activists.
Yeah, it was my dad's idea a few years ago, and it's kind of grown a little since.
The Jewish community has traditionally been very open borders on immigration. Do you think the last 3 years have taught us the perils of that?
I'd like to not comment on that. You're under arrest for breach of the peace. Take a minute.
Good. How are you, McDuff?
You have a good day, sir.
All right, I will. No one's going to arrest me today, I'll tell you that. Looks like the police are going to move them. Look at how angry you are. You're so angry.
This is the final battle.
Why is the Prime Minister not here? Why is the Premier or the Mayor not here?
I can't speak for other people, but since I'm on the federal level, I will speak to the Prime Minister's appointment to the council that's supposed to oversee anti-Semitism. I think it's an insult to the Jewish people.
Ezra Levant here for Rebel News. I am standing in the heart of the Jewish community in Toronto. It's called Bathurst Street, a big north-south road along which I'd say about 100,000 Jews live. There's plenty of synagogues and schools, Jewish restaurants and shops, and it's been a place of Jewish life for a century. But in the last few years, it's been a place of anti-Semitic hate crimes, where almost every day another synagogue is vandalized, torched, sometimes even shot at with guns. And because Jews are all along this street, and many of them are very conspicuous, they wear traditional clothing, anti-Semitic violence is as easy as driving along the street and shooting at anyone who looks Jewish. And that's been happening in recent months, and police either cannot or will not do anything about it. Which brings us to today. Every year for about 50 years, the Jews have had a peaceful walk down this road. They call it Walk with Israel. Historically, every politician wants to see and be seen there. I mean, it would be like going to a Greek festival or the St. Patrick's Day parade or even the Gay Pride parade. These are things that naturally attract politicians who want to be seen supporting a community. Historically, the mayor would never miss it. I mean, think about it. 50,000 voters who just want to see you. But in the last 3 years, politicians have boycotted this event. They can do the math. Demographically, they see mass immigration has brought millions of people to Canada who are anti-Semitic and some of whom actually support violence. So at least in the last several years, Mayor Olivia Chow, Premier Doug Ford, Prime Ministers Justin Trudeau and Mark Carney have boycotted this event. We'll see if that's the case again today. But it's not just politicians, it's the police. There's been such a two-tier standard of policing. Obviously, the most shocking example is the difference between how the pro-Hamas protesters are treated here versus the trucker convoy, completely peaceful. In both Ontario and federally, the government's invoked the Emergencies Act, mass arrests, seized bank accounts. Those were peaceful Canadian citizens protesting COVID lockdowns. Here you have foreign nationals, over 700 Iranian agents from various terrorist groups active in Canada on the streets. The government knows who they are, and they go with impunity. And I'm not talking about some made-up hate or feelings crime. I'm talking about assault, mischief, vandalism, shootings, arson, uttering threats. Those are all real crimes that the police has turned a blind eye to. In fact, at Rebel News, when we simply want to report on this violent anti-Semitism, this anti-Jewish crime wave, we've been arrested. I personally was arrested simply for trying to film an anti-Semitic installment in a Jewish neighborhood. And that's the other thing. These protesters who come in here for Hamas, they obviously don't live in the Jewish neighborhood. They drive in for miles right into the heart of the Jewish community in residential areas. There's not an Israeli consulate here. There's no military equipment factories here. It's just Jews, mums and dads, grandmas and grandpas and kids. And one of the things we do every year is we bring our big, beautiful billboard truck and rotate different messages on it. At this moment, we're letting people know one of our petitions is about Hamas. We say if you're not a citizen, there's a checklist here, as you can see. If you're not a citizen, if you support terrorism, you're out of here. You're deported. So we have a petition at deporthamas.com. It's one of the various messages on our big, beautiful billboard truck that we set up today. I had a little bit of negotiating with the police on where to put the truck. Ironically, a Jewish security guard wanted us to move it. I got into a bit of an argy-bargy. There are still Jews with wobbly knees around who don't like vigorous conversations like that which the truck carries. Anyways, you can hear the music. It's going to be a festival atmosphere. But all along Bathurst, there's police. There's no other community that needs 1,000 or more police simply to walk down a street. The Muslim community certainly doesn't. No one attacks them. No, it wouldn't be a terrorist attack there. No other community needs 1,000 police just to walk the streets. That's the state of anti-Semitism in Canada today. I'm going to be here all day. We've got a bunch of Rebel News reporters here because I think it's a microcosm of the larger problems in this country. Mass immigration, people coming to Canada who do not share our values, police being afraid to apply the law even-handedly, politicians doing the math and realizing their future lies with anti-Semites, not Jews. The demographic change, there's so many things afoot. I'm also going to ask questions of the Jews. The Jewish community historically has been supportive of open borders immigration. Hey, how's that working out for you? I'll ask if I see any liberal MPs, how they dare to show their face here after their complicity with Hamas. So that's my scene setter from this morning. The parade is about to start in 40 minutes. We'll have news for you throughout the day.
If it's not for people like you, we'd have no voice. I don't have the voice that you have, but you're the front line of all this, and you take the punishment, and I really appreciate you doing that for me.
So when the Hamas activists target this neighborhood, they know exactly what they're doing. They're not going for political or corporate or military targets. They're trying to demonize, terrify, and humiliate ordinary Jews. All right, thank you. It's fun to get the natural feedback from folks here. I think over the last 3 years, it's not just been a political failure to deal with Hamas terrorism. I think it's been a journalistic failure. One of the reasons we've reported from the Bathurst and Shepherd conflagration every week is because the regime media simply doesn't. Why would they not? Because it shows the grotesque anti-Semitism and hate that is the pro-Palestinian, pro-Hamas side. Like, why wouldn't a regime journalist film that weekly conflict? I mean, it's got all the elements of an interesting news story. It's got two stark sides, the Jews and the pro-Hamas side. It's got colorful signs. It's got, it should be catnip for journalists. But because the pro-Hamas side is so viciously anti-Semitic in their language, the regime media effectively censors, not to stop them, but to stop them from being revealed to the larger country. I think if people saw how gross the pro-Hamas activists were, they'd be even less supportive than they are. What's your name?
Steve Baker.
Steve, you were telling me, but before I get started, you're wearing a shirt with some of the murder victims of Hamas that were kidnapped and murdered by Hamas on October 7, 2023. You were just telling me that last year you bumped into Toronto Police Chief Myron Demkew, and tell me what happened.
Well, he was over here on Bathurst Street. He was talking to an officer. I went up to him, and I just said, from previous experiences, I wasn't very how can I put it, pleased with the performance of the police and the latitudes that they granted for people, in my opinion, who violated the rules of the game, so to speak.
Well, break the law, frankly.
Yes. So we kept to our side. We have permits, etc. These people didn't respect it.
And they never get permits themselves.
Right. And I never saw anybody arrested. Or what they told me was that I had to make compromises to accommodate them. Yeah. It was the most ass-backward kind of explanation I'd ever seen.
You just told me off camera that when all this anti-Semitic crime wave happened in this neighborhood, you reached out to a man named Michael Kerzner, who is actually the Solicitor General of Ontario. And for those who don't know, Solicitor General is in charge of police. So what's your experience of reaching out to Kerzner about the anti-Semitic crime wave over which he has presided?
I've had multiple conversations with Michael Kerzner because he's my MPP. When everything was happening in October, November, and December of 2023, we were having conference calls and like, what can we do? And he was like, well, he can't do anything, but we need to do stuff.
Well, the Solicitor General is actually in charge of police.
Yeah.
He's the person with the most to do.
But more importantly, what he told us is the government knew that the money was coming from foreign funds for these terrorists. And we're like, we'll do something. If you know that, like, we're regular citizens, you're a MPP, like, you should be able to do something. We're sitting almost 3 years later. They've still done nothing. When they arrested, we know, I live at Bathurst and Shepherd. We can tell you name by name who these people are because they come every week. How is that something that they can't take care of?
Good one.
Hi.
Good one. Good one. Tell me about your hat for a second. Let me shake your hand and say hello. Tell me about your hat.
I made this up myself. I haven't marketed it yet, but it's going to be marketed. And
Tell me the meaning of it.
It's to reassert the fact that the Jewish people are the only indigenous people of the land of Israel. And this gets papered over, ignored, what have you, and it's just a message that needs to get out there.
Right on. Well, you're a one-man machine here between the loudspeaker, the guitar, and the hat. You're doing great.
Doing the best I can.
Nice to meet
Thanks,
you.
Ezra.
Cheers. Hi, how are you?
So nice to meet you.
Likewise.
I've met the Menzoid and all your other gang, and you're the last time although you're in my auto dialer, believe it or not.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Great to see you.
Good to see you too.
Oh, hi guys. How you doing? Right. Nice. Yeah, of course. Hey, how are you? How do you do? Oh, that's nice. Here, where's my friend? Here he is. Do you have a camera or something? Or here's your. What's your name?
Sean.
Sean, all the best to you. Nice to meet you.
I watch your channel.
Oh, thank you so much. Bye, guys. Hi. Hi, how are you?
How are you? I follow you all the time.
Yeah, I listen to you all the time.
I just watch you every day.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
thank
watch
you
you
so
all the
much.
time too.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Well, it's great to meet you, ladies.
Great to meet
What's
you.
your name?
Thank
Lisa.
you.
Lisa, what's your name?
Rena.
Lisa and Rena, great to meet you.
Great to
Thank
meet
you for the work that you
My
do.
great pleasure.
Going.
We need somebody who's honest.
Thank you very much.
Tell them the
Cheers.
truth.
Thank you. As we continue our march north on Bathurst, I see overhead a drone and I saw a police helicopter go by. And of course, on every single cross street, you can see police barricades. There's got to be between 1,000 and 2,000, maybe even more police on this. The expenses, I mean, it's a Sunday, it's enormous, and it's just so these folks can walk. Like, and as you can see, they're severely normal, families with kids and pets. And there's a guy wearing our rebel shirt that says F Hamas. I like that shirt, sir. I love it. Isn't that fun? But my point is, just to have look at these folks. They're kids. That they need 1,000, 2,000 police, plus probably the same number of private security just to walk down the street. Yeah, where do you get this big old flag?
Well, we started, this gentleman over here, it's his.
Oh, yeah? It's a great flag.
It is a great flag of Israel.
Well,
and we're very proud to walk up and down for Israel, walk for Israel today.
What do you think of the police required to keep the Jews safe just going for a walk?
We don't need to be kept safe. It's to keep the other people away from us.
Well, that's two sides of the same coin.
Right, but look how many Jewish people are walking up and down here.
Yeah.
Do you think we're not safe?
Yeah, well, it's because the bad guys are being held at bay. Nice to meet you. Look what we got here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. A dozen police on horseback. And look at these police doing a circle. They're moving. They're using the police cars as a physical barricade. I believe they're going to use the horses to gently push back the Hamas supporters. There's actually not that many of them. If I had to guess, there's fewer than 10. Remember, that's not the main place of protest. These are the ones who sneaked through the park to reposition here. And you can see they're flying the Khomeini flag, the Ayatollah Khomeini flag, and the Palestine flag. So maybe there are 24 of them after all. I think they're about to be pushed back. That's my theory, is that after the political pummeling that Myron Demke has taken for doing nothing, I think today he's going to maybe do something. Here come the horses. Here come the horses. Here come the horses.
Thanks for all your work.
Thank you. There's got to be a dozen horses. There's got to be 100 cops. And I'm going to change my earlier estimate and guess that there's about 25 protesters. I'm here with Rebel News covering the annual Walk with Israel. Do you want to do something about it, not just talk about it? Go to our petition at deporthamas.com. There's a lot of Hamas supporters in Canada who aren't even citizens. Kick them out. Go to deporthamas.com. They're shouting, move, move, move. The horses are here. The horses have deployed. There's now a barrier of horses between the protesters and the march. The horses are withdrawing. The horses are going away. Hi. That's him. I see Officer McDuff, who had me arrested last time I was doing journalism from here. Let's hope it doesn't happen a second time. Have a couple of pro-Hamas protesters just sitting down. Looks like the police are going to move them. I understand that the police intend to keep the pro-Hamas supporters at least 100, perhaps 150 feet away from the route of the march. It appears they're effecting that. The police are behind me. I'm just going to get out of the way. If I had to guess how this is going to resolve, they're going to push them back 100 feet. Now, I don't know if you can see it. Do you see that structure over there? That's actually a Holocaust memorial here in Toronto. It wouldn't surprise me if some of these pro-Hamas types do some vandalism while they're here. Like I said, it's a very Jewish neighborhood. They are being shooed away. The horses in the end were not necessary. Maybe they were just a dramatic effect. The pro-terrorist supporters are indeed retreating. You can see the bike police. There's a lot of police here. Because here comes the march. They're being shooed away as the march arrives. And the horses are pushing them away from the road. The horses are deploying over there. Very interesting. A very different approach to policing than what we've seen over the last 3 years, where the Hamas and pro-Iran activists have been treated with concierge service. There's Officer McDuff right there, who had me arrested when I was doing journalism a year ago. I'm actually suing him and the Toronto Police Force for false arrest. It looks like they're not arresting the Jews today. I don't know if they're arresting any of the Hamas supporters, but they're moving them away, which I think is good policing. I'm going to get back on the sidewalk and walk further that way. There's a small group of, there's a Jewish cult called the Naturai Karta who don't believe in the state of Israel. They're an extreme minority, much less than 1% of the Jews. But because they're against Israel and they're very poor, Iran pays them to attend protests to confuse. Why would Jews support Palestine? What's your name?
Out of my face.
What's your name?
What's your name?
I'm Ezra Levant. Why are you afraid to identify yourself? Are you ashamed of what you're doing?
No, I'm right here. You can do like a Google face search. Here you go.
You're ashamed of yourself. You won't even say your name.
I don't have to say my name to you. Who are you, a cop?
No, I'm a journalist.
No, you're not. With what? You guys don't have any accreditation.
Are you a Canadian or are you a foreigner?
What are you?
I'm a Canadian, 4th generation.
Well, good for you.
If you're not a Canadian...
Baby killers! The baby killer parade is on full force here.
Where are you from originally? Where are you from originally? You're a bit of a coward. You talk so tough when you're shouting at women and children, but you won't even say your name to me. You're a bit of a coward.
I don't have to tell you anything.
I know you're a coward.
Yeah, how about that?
You're shouting swears at women and children.
I didn't swear yet.
You've been swearing constantly.
I didn't swear once.
And you won't even say your name. I think you're ashamed of who you are.
I don't have to tell you my name.
You're ashamed. You're a coward.
You're a baby killer. How about that?
I'm not a baby killer, but you are a coward.
You support killing babies. So that's what a baby killer is.
See you later, coward.
I love when it says Gisela McKay, Antifa radical, Trevor Miller, Antifa radical, and now we have Jagpile, Antifa radical.
Oh, is that who he is?
Antifa. These guys
So-
have a made-up group. It's like a made-up.
Very embarrassing.
Thank you for all your work.
Thank you. He's not even Muslim, it sounds like. I think he's sort of cosplaying as a Palestinian activist. Apparently he's well known. Like I say, that's the Holocaust Memorial, if I'm not mistaken. So it's sort of a weird place for the anti-Semites to gather. You might be confused for why there's people who look like Jews wearing keffiyehs. It's not normal. They're a cult within Judaism that represents a tiny percentage. Let me give you an analogy. Have you heard of the Westboro Baptist Church? It's not a mainstream Christian church. Those are the absolute wackos who protest at funerals when U.S. military personnel die and have an honored funeral. The Westboro Baptist Church actually attends with huge posters saying, "Good, they're dead, God hates America." Like they're insane. They just do it in the name of the church. But of course, 99.99% of Christians disagree with that. That's how it is with the Natural Carta. Oh, I see there's one typical activist there, Naveed, I forget his last name. He's one of the organizers. I want to let you know that there are some organic protesters against Israel. Of course there are. But there are 700 paid organizers in Toronto, 700 Iranian paid organizers that the federal government knows about and abides in the streets of Canada. And he's one of them. See that guy there? I first met him outside a synagogue that had the windows smashed. I had no idea who he is. He's a professional protester. He's one of the 700 foreign nationals whose job is to whip up, to provoke. I believe in freedom of speech, even uncomfortable freedom of speech, for Canadian citizens. But when you have foreign nationals like that Iranian proxy, who are professional hate organizers, whatever visa they're on, send them home. Is he a student? Is he a refugee? Is he a temporary foreign worker? Even if he is naturalized, denaturalize him. How much did you get paid to be here today?
I got paid from Hashem, a big olam haba.
Please stop lying. Don't lie on TV. It's not good. How much were you paid to be here?
I got paid a big olam
You got to stop lying. How much were you paid to be here?
paid to bring out the message that Judaism is against the old state.
But you're a liar. You're a shunda for the goyim. You're a disgrace to the Jewish people. You know that.
I know.
How much did you? How much did you?
Have the amina. I believe in Hashem. I believe in God, and that is the goal of.
But you're with Amalek here. You're with the Jewish. You're with the haters. You're a disgrace. You're a shunda for the goyim, and you're a paid crisis actor. You're a paid crisis actor. You're a disgrace. You're a disgrace. You know what? He's just gross. Well, here we are arriving at Bathurst and Shepherd, the site of the weekly hate march. I see my friend David Menzies up ahead and Lincoln J. Let's say a quick hello. David, how you doing today? Great to see you. Thanks for making the journey. Hi, Lincoln. How's it gone so far for you?
I got something for your report. My wife, the beloved Lady Menzoid, was just 2 minutes ago threatened with arrest. Why? Because she was on a public sidewalk. This sidewalk, Ezra, according to the cop, it's been reserved for the Islamists, these reprobates, these cultists from Israel that are, I guess, supporting people who would like to kill them first. And my wife, who's just minding her own business, was said, get off the sidewalk or you're under arrest.
I was just going to ask you why you're here. We're doing a little video.
Part of the community, just joining my community to walk and show my Jewish Israeli pride.
What about the anti-Semitic counter-protests? How do you feel about that and how the police are handling it?
I'm not sure why they're allowed to protest. I'm not sure that it's free speech. It's probably hate speech, but I'm not a lawyer.
It's the first time I've seen police actually push them a bit aside.
Well, I actually live in the neighborhood and I've seen the police.
Yeah, at this corner every week they're like concierges to the Hamas people.
Yes, walking along with them. I'm not sure why they can continue, but that's for higher beings to figure out. I'm not sure why.
I got one last question for you. Yeah. Traditionally, Jews have been for open immigration or liberal immigration. Have the past 3 years changed your views on that subject?
You said you would ask me easy questions.
All right. Well, if you don't want to answer that, I think I know the answer. I won't imply anything. Great to talk with you. Thank you very much. The Jewish community has traditionally been very open borders on immigration. Do you think the last 3 years have taught us the perils of that?
I'd like to not comment on that.
Fair point. I think your message is clear. Nice to talk with you. How are you, McDuff?
You have a good day, sir.
All right, I will. No one's going to arrest me today, I'll tell you that.
Good to hear.
That's McDuff. He arrested me about 1.5 years ago for doing journalism about the Hamas protesters.
In the interest of keeping peace here and public safety, you're under arrest for breach of the peace. Take a minute.
Good. Earlier today, we saw a giant Israeli flag, and I thought, well, that's interesting. But look, they're holding it up to physically block the view of the pro-Hamas protesters behind it. I think it's a really good idea to have the flags to block the line of sight to the pro-Hamas activists.
Yeah, it was my dad's idea a few years ago, and it's kind of grown a little since, but...
Good for him for thinking of it. It's really effective.
I feel like it changes the entire experience a little, because then you don't have to, like, yes, you can't fully block out the sound, but they can't have the same impact, and if you don't just see it, you can kind of pretend it's not going on and make this more so about what it really is about, which is community.
Tell me a little bit about your vest. There's some interesting patches on it.
Yeah, we're the Riders of the Covenant. We're a group of bikers that have a passion for motorcycles, and we support the Judeo-Christian way of life, and we're have a good time, and we try to support all the causes, whether they're Jewish causes or non-Jewish causes, and just give back to the community. It's a great bunch of guys. We're about 30 strong right now.
That's outstanding. Do you go on trips together? Like, do you go on rides?
Absolutely. We ride regularly during the riding season, of course. And every year we take part in the Ride to Remember. That's organized by the Jewish Motorcycle Alliance, known as the JMA. And in a month and a half or so, we're riding to Cleveland. We hosted it here a couple years ago. And it's all about, raising funds for Holocaust remembrance. That's our slogan, Never Again. And it's only suitable that we come out to these events to support Judaism and Zionism and the state of Israel, our homeland.
Hey, look at some of these flags over there. Do you see that one that sort of looks like an Israeli flag? It's blue. It has the two stripes. And in the middle, you have an ugly person with long, they're called payas in the Jewish tradition. So I saw that, and it's just like an ugly Jew, a caricature of a Jew. But I didn't notice that there's another one, a second one. Do you see that? There's one over there, and then there's one over there. That tells me someone is literally mass producing these. If you think this is an organic movement, you are wrong. This is a bought and paid for foreign influence operation. And don't take it from me, you can hear their foreign accents, but more to the point, their organizers are foreign. They are full-time anti-Semitic provocateurs. This is not a candid expression of Canadian politics. This is a candid expression of Iranian Ayatollah politics, and we allow this in our country. Deport every one of them, starting with the 700 IRGC terrorists. Make Iran great again, and then that's the lion, and then Cyrus the Great, that's the old Persian emperor. Cyrus Accord, unity through allyship. Tell me what all that means.
It means we have a connection, we have a friendship that comes from the history. And the Iranian people and Israel people, everyone, we are friends, and we've been friends for a long time.
I love you guys.
Oh, right on. Give me 30 seconds for TV. Why are you here?
I'm here to support the Jewish community, the people of Israel. The people of Israel have been in bomb shelter for the freedom of my country. They are very important for me. This means a lot to me, and we are allies forever. We're gonna take the light back to the world, and we want peace within my land.
Right.
And in the region, in the whole world. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
This is the final battle. Pahlavi will return home. Woo!
Thank you very much, you guys. Here's some more anti-Semites who have breached the line. They're proudly stomping on Israel signs. They're stealing Israel. What's your name, coward? Show your face, coward. I see an Antifa flag. You see it? There's an alliance, a red-green alliance between Hamas and communism. You see it in the NDP with Avi Lewis. You see it in the UK Green Party. You see it in Ilhan Omar. You see it with the masks. Is it a Hamas mask or an Antifa mask? Same thing. And I see some faces of people here who have been arrested in recent weeks. I forget that there's some short guy here. I forget his name. What's your name, boss?
Fake news.
Hey, do you work for Rebel?
Yeah, they're Rebel News. They're fake news.
Show your face. Show your face.
I heard you were fan of the. Are you not a fan of the Maple Leafs?
Show your face.
Are you a fan of the Maple Leafs?
What did you say?
Are you a fan of the Maple Leafs?
I want you to show your face.
You think Austin Matthews is going to take us
You're
to the
cowardly.
promised land?
Show your face, coward.
Do you think Austin Matthews is going to take us to the promised land?
Oh, there's that coward hiding his face. You know, if you have to hide your face, I think that's a sign that you're ashamed of what you're doing, or you know it's not consistent with the values of the community.
Be careful not to be arrested.
I thought you were arrested the other day, weren't you?
No, I was.
Are you sure?
One. I was not the one. It was your dream, like the fake state. It was your dream.
Why are you in Canada at all?
I abandon the law, not like you.
Why are you in Canada at all if you hate it so much?
I'm not hating the Canadians.
Why are you here?
I love Canada.
No, you don't. You've never held a Canadian flag in your life. I see him typically on Sundays. He's here at Bathurst and Shepherd. Are you really Jewish?
What, I'm a fake Jew?
Well, it says Jews against Israeli crime.
Yes, exactly what it says.
So you're a Jew?
Yes, I am a Jew.
And what do you feel about Hamas and Hezbollah and their terrorism against the Jewish people?
About the Zionists that came from Europe and with the plan to take the land and kill anybody or expel anybody, and then it came Israel.
What's your accent? Where are you from?
Fuck you.
Don't say that. I said, where are you from?
I'm answering you, so shut up.
Look at how angry you are. You're so angry. Well, we somehow got surrounded by the Hamas supporters. I think every damn one of them should be deported, and the ones that are Canadian citizens should be denaturalized.
Free the Quran.
Free the Quran.
Free the Quran? What does that mean?
So basically, what we're doing is we're spreading awareness. Nobody understands Arabic, so they think Muslims are terrorists, but the Quran talks about peace, freedom, and salvation. For example, in the Quran it says, قُلْ هُوَ اللَّهُ أَحَدٌ. Say He is God, the one and only. So it's all about monotheism.
So is this a religious event for you?
For me, it's an event to raise awareness and for spirituality.
So do you support Hamas or Hezbollah?
I support myself and I support the Quran, that's all. Thank you very much.
Okay, what's your name?
My name is Abdul Rahman, I go by R as well.
Are you affiliated with any mosque?
I go to all the mosques, I attend the congregations, and I know all the Muslims in the city, I know many of the Jews in the city, I know many of the rabbis, and we all support peace, salvation, and understanding, mutual understanding.
Well, there's a lot of harsh language here that doesn't support understanding. It's very hostile and even violent.
When you bring people together, then interactions happen. If we play basketball, you have trash talk. If you have a party, there's people...
Oh, it's more than trash talk, though, isn't it?
It's mediated by the police, so we're happy for that. But other than that, it's all love, guys. It's all love. Thank you very much.
Ezra, I'm a Jew, I'm your boss?
No, you're a brother of a convicted pedophile.
Hey, Ezra, I'm a Jew, I'm your boss.
Ready, guys? Push down.
Hey, Ezra, I'm a Jew, I'm your boss?
You're a convicted, your brother's a convicted pedophile. Lincoln Jay, who is sometimes on camera, but a videographer today with our buddy David Menzies and Yankee Pollock, who stood by the truck. Yankee, let's start with you. You're wearing one of our limited edition, limited only by those who, and the number of people who buy it, one of our F Hamas shirts, very provocative. How was that shirt received by the crowds today?
The crowd loved it. I think this shirt, people either love it or hate it, and this crowd loved it.
Now, your job today was to protect the truck at all costs. Give me some of a report of what people thought of the truck. It's sort of low key, but when people see it, they stop and read it. What did they tell you as you were with the truck today?
So a lot of people stopped. They loved it, the messages. A few people had an issue with fire the chief.
Yeah, we've been tough on the chief, and I think for good reason, but today he did well, and we're not afraid to say it.
Yeah. So overall, people loved it. People gave compliments to the truck, and they said they love seeing it around town. And it was a great day, meeting a lot of Rebel fans.
Right on. Well, there is Lincoln Jay and Yankee Pollock, two of our behind-the-scenes team today. And it's a pleasure to get a catch-up from them, and to all the hundreds of Rebel fans we met along the day. Thank you for your support. And thanks to everyone who supported the big, beautiful billboard truck. Love to have that truck. It's always a force multiplier. For Rebel News, I'm Ezra Levant, and we have a little bit of a crowd that's gathered. I'm here with Rebel News covering the annual Walk with Israel. Do you want to do something about it, not just talk about it? Go to our petition at deporthamas.com. There's a lot of Hamas supporters in Canada who aren't even citizens. Kick them out. Go to deporthamas.com.